Okay, I'm gonna do a quick draft. I like to do quick drafts more than the other ones because they're cheaper, and I always use the coins that I get for free for the most part. This is a bomb. Whenever you open bombs, it's just such an obvious pick. I guess I'll glance in the rest of the pack. I like this card, but I'm gonna take the bomb here. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. It hits a lot. Return 2 creature cards from your graveyard and put 2 counters on a creature and it gains lifelink. Those are such good things. And even the last option is really good. Definitely got to take the bomb. I love Battery Bearer. But I don't really want it. Okay. Trench Stalker is good. It's obviously way better if you're in blue-black. But I could take it without committing to blue-black because it's still just a black creature. See what's in my next pack before I make any decisions. I love this creature. Just a 4/4 that gains you 4 life. It's really good for tempo. It's green though, so it's not a splashable thing. But it is way better than the Trench Stalker. Love Goblin Blast Runner. It's probably the best common for the sack deck. Gix's command best used probably in a control, right? But good nevertheless in anything. I think that the Rakdos deck is the best deck. I think that the Baloth is better than the Blast Runner overall. Oh, big decision making here. No, I'll grab the Baloth. I'm not exactly committed to going green-black here. I can take the Evangel, like this card's really good. I don't think blue-black's the best archetype in this set, but I mean, I'm not gonna pass on this card this early. Ah. Of course I take this common, uncommon here. It's really good and in my colors. I'll drag this Evangel into the sideboard for now, but I'll keep in mind that I have a really good blue card, so if I want to do a splash, then maybe I'll keep my eyes peeled for nice nice Evolving Wilds or something to color fix me later. Need some low end here. Damn. Echo Wellspring is almost tempting, but I don't really have anything sacky going on. I wouldn't mind picking up some of the Acrobats and using that as a sack source for the Wellspring. I think that's what I'll do. I'll grab it and just throw it in the sideboard for now. No green cards at all. Looks like the bots are all playing green. Don't like this card. Don't like any cards really in this pack. Throw the Spotter Thopter into the sideboard. Okay, it's a 2/5 for 4. That when it attacks, it buff things. It's not bad. course, I could take the Rust Goliath, but it's kind of too top heavy. Need to get some smaller stuff. If this prototype was for 3, I'd take it because I need some 3 drops, but I'll grab my first Clay Revenant here. It's not really the deck for it, but it's strong. This is aggressive, being a 4-2, but it mills me, and maybe I'll get some mill synergies if I'm in this deck. I haven't played this deck yet, the black-green deck. I don't even know if I've seen anyone play it, but I'm pretty sure it's decent if you get the cards. Got a power plant worker? I don't think so. Get my second Clay Revenant. Throw a Soul Guide Lantern to the sideboard. Wow, this card is circled all the way around. That's crazy. Throw that in the sideboard. Oh, this card's stuck on my hand now. I gotta close my... There you go. I haven't actually played with any of the Tron cards here. Okay. This is strong and it's black. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. And then it also, when it dies, it returns a 3 seems 3 or less from the graveyard into play. So it's initiative to go towards the blue-black deck, but not enough to like make me actually switch out of these colors, since it still plays well in this deck, as long as I get some good 3-drops. Happy with that. Oh, there's the Junkyard Genius. And I have a Goblin Blast Runner. Oh, he could die and bring that back. That really makes me want to switch. I can maybe just splash a bit of red. Now I'm looking for... Man, I'm looking for a lot of stuff still. I need 3-drop creatures that are decent, because that slot's almost empty. And I want them for being targets for the Puppeteer. I also need color fixing, like this guy, since I'm playing 3 colors. But I also need good creatures like this. Gain me life. Gaining life good. Like, I'm not really playing a sack deck here. I'm just using this guy as a sack outlet, because he's like, really good and provides a sack outlet himself. So playing things like Goblin Blast Runner is bad. I'm not a sack deck. This is just 2-mana removal. Most of the time it just kills the thing. Oh man. I think I'll take the Steward for my first bit of color fixing. What the hell am I doing? I've got all the colors except for white. Reach and Death Touch is pretty strong for staying alive. I don't have to play the Junkyard Genius just because I grabbed him. I just think that card's incredibly powerful, so it's worth keeping an eye out for. Power equal to its toughness into the battlefield. You may pay 1 to draw a card. I have a 3/3, a 4/4, a 2/2, and a 1/1. Not really worth it. But my 4-drop slot's full. Like, I don't need more 4-drops. Awkward. I'll play any of these cards. Opportunist, that's good. Definitely needs some things in the 2-drop slot here. So that's good. The Butcher's good too. Each opponent loses 2 life, costs 1 less for each creature in my graveyard. Yeah, it's really good. I don't have anything that draws me cards yet, though. I'd like just a couple card draw things for the Puppeteer and the Trench Stalker. Thraxodemon does draw me cards. I have 2 Clay Revenants I could sack to them. But is that as good as a Butcher or a Prowler? No, I think both of these are better. And I have no 2-drops yet, so I'll take the Prowler. That's good. This color fixes me, which is good. This is removal, which is really good. But I have enough reach that I'm not too worried about creatures with flying. So I'll take the Rager. Draws me cards twice with the Unearth. Okay, we'll grab another Trench Stalker. Enters the battlefield, may search your library for an assembly worker. I don't think I have any here yet, but I've got some here, right? I've got the mine worker. There's nothing else I would want to play, so I'll grab it. Consider it. Colorless cards are good in 3-color decks because no matter what lands you have, you could always play them. Guess I'll grab another assembly worker into the mix. Guy's Gift is really good. Protection, but also gives trample. Like it's one of those like multiple use cards. That could win the game by trampling over, but could also protect the thing that really matters. Also gives reach, which sometimes is a blowout in itself. I'll grab that. Sideboard or Recluse, I'm not ever going to play. Ivory Tower is a horrible card, you should never play it. Unless maybe you have like Howling Mind and you're in the Dream deck. Our rare is an aggro-ish creature. Let's choose one of them. I don't think it's very good. Don't think that's good at all. This is looking like a pack or a pick 1 Evolving Wilds. There's gotta be something better than a land in here, right? That's it. I'm taking the land before I change my mind. Don't try to stop me. Oh my god, a land. No, I'm kidding. This pack doesn't suck as bad. Power Stones aren't too valuable in this deck. Like I have the Clay Revenants. That's pretty good. 2 Clay Revenants is good. Scrapwork Rager. So they're not bad actually. And then you could always sack them to Junkyard Genius if it comes up. So that's good. Another 3-drop. This card is good for color fixing. It's a pretty bad pack for me. It's like all white. This card draws me a card. I kind of care about drawing cards. I think I care about fixing more. See, how many creatures do I have? 14 already. Plus, you could use, I like lots of 1-drops is fine in this deck. You could always use the Stalwart to tap the Power Stones for any color mana. Evangel of Synthesis. Too far away from that deck now. Scrapwork Mutt. This card's really good. I'm splashing red, so I'm not like afraid of playing it, getting its value. I could use the Power Stone mana for that, which I have 2 Power Stones there, a 3rd one there. 3 sources of Power Stones. Heck yeah, dude. Perimeter Patrol is good too, but that's not as good as Scrapwork Mutt. Come on. Pillage, so good. Sibling Rivalry. It's tempting. I have a single sack outlet in Junkyard Genius, but the synergy's not quite there. I mean, I'd have to have way more Unearth. Like, what do I have here? I've got 2 creatures with Unearth, the Mutt and the Rager. The Puppeteer can remove a thing from the graveyard. Whenever it leaves your graveyard, just leaves. So if you exile them from your graveyard, it works too. So the Fisher counts. Kicks' command counts. It's not enough. I'll just throw a Rivalry into the sideboard. Not going to play it in all likeliness. So let's look at my curve here. I want some more 3-drops. So since I'm playing so many creatures, this really is a creature heavy deck. This guy gets a lot better. I've already got 2 of the 1-drops. So I'll take the Butcher. Wellspring. The Pitbull is tempting. Or Strong Bull, I mean. Right, because if I take the Strong Bull, then it pairs with the Rivalry, and I've got 2 cards that go really well with it. Like anything that sacks a thing is really good. I don't have any black sack in here already, do I? No. Kind of late to be making these kinds of decisions here, but otherwise it's just the Locust, which is not really good in this deck. It's not like I'm missing out on a good pick. This card's kind of a bomb. Like it buffs everything that's 3 or less. Research Desk is really good. There's nothing I want to play here. Power Stone Fracture. Wow. Pick 10 Power Stone Fracture. We like that. We've got very little removal in this deck, so it's good. Well, interesting draft. I think as long as I have a bunch of cards that just affect the board right away, I'm pretty happy. Do I have anything that draws me cards for these Trench Stalkers? They get a lot worse if you have nothing that do. Yeah, I got 2 Scrapwork Rager. Well, Scrapwork Rager and the Unearth. And I've got the Mutt. The Mutt does the same thing. Exiles the top, doesn't draw. So just a few, but it may become relevant. I've got 17 creatures, so I'm not too, like, I'm pretty fine with playing a Pitbull here for a Soxor, secondary Soxors, and the Ichor Wellspring. I've got two things I could sack it, otherwise it's just a filler. How does this look? If I were to put the rivalry in, what would I take out? No, I don't think I want the rivalry. I think the deck's good just like this. Only having two sack outlets makes this card almost useless if you don't have it. If you don't have one of the two out. So that's good. Let's try this. That deck kind of floated around a little bit in the deck building process. Wanted to do black blue, wanted to do black red, ended up in black green mostly. Gotta keep this hand. Got all my colors. Let's get some sound going. This is scary. Might get ran over. Very possible. The Bailoff is so good though. Gain 4 life, have a 4/4. I'll make him unearth it, then he only gets to do it once more. Nope. Oh, when he dies, you mill 4 cards. Whoops. Still alright. Okay, we'll play the Bailoff. Game 4, baby. And we got to our Gix command. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less, which I see 3 of. Oh, power 2 or less? 2 of. Okay, so I'll scrap with Mutt. I'll get rid of my mountain. I need my double black. And I'll attack with the Mutt. This is really power 2 or less, right? Just make sure. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less, yes. Your go, opponent. I got 2 little creatures in my graveyard. They're not great. What else would I choose here? So we'll destroy each creature's power 2 or less. Kills 2 of his things and none of mine. And I'll put 2 counters on the Opportunist. That way it has to be double blocked. Attack with both. Now I'm at 22. Opponent's not really in any kind of shape to race me at all. You could get in for 8 right now. Still be at 14. Feel pretty safe at 14 life against red-white. Do the same attacks as last time. And opponent scoops it up. He might want to draw before he scoops just to see. Good game. Quick, easy win. Kind of drew my bombs. Got relatively lucky, I think. Like, it's good to acknowledge that you win, or when you win, because you drew good cards. It's not like I severely outplayed that guy or anything. This is almost unkeepable, but I mean, I could cast the Scrapwork, but so I'll keep it. Rewarded for keeping. I guess I get rid of the Stewart. It's just the lowest impact card I have in my hand. It's too early to discard lands. I didn't know I had a forest on top. Rakdos Sacrifice. Ooh. Well, I'm flooding out. That sucks. Every draw so far has been land. Okay. Revenant. Sack the Revenant to the Power Stone Factor. Get it. It's an aggressive line, but that card's worth killing for sure. It's really good. It's a lot better than it looks at initial impact. I kind of think it's just a 2-3 for 3. But then it kind of ends up like sacking one thing per turn, and then gets in for an extra damage, deals 1 direct damage, so it does 2 damage more. Gets in for 4 basically every turn. Love that card too. I would have played one if I got one. The only other draft video I've posted on my channel is from this set as well, and I play 4 copies of Killzone Acrobat in it. Keep the pressure on here, offer up the trade. Could consider attacking with just the Mutt there, because he really doesn't want to block it since it filters me. Good card. Another Acrobat, offer up the trade. Opponent doesn't want to give it to me. Understandable, have a great day. Do what I can. Hold the lands in hand so opponent's scared. What are my draws here? Gix's Command, the Spider, the Baloff. I have another one of these Trench Stalkers. Wow. Really flooding hard. I'll wait till next turn to Scrapwork Mutt. Make him chump block. Or I assume he'll lose a 1/1 soldier for 2 life, but he might not. If I get in for 2, I guess I'm fine with that. Could draw Gix's Command too, in which case I'd want to return the Mutt. Gix's Command would be huge here. What is going on? What is this thing? Okay. Kind of out of steam here. Deck was way too kind to me last game. Now I'm paying for it. Should sack the Wellspring, give it flying. Chooses not to. Sucks to do this, but at this point, Gaia's Gift is basically just a kill spell. Kills the Acrobat, which is good. Don't want to take 3 extra damage every turn when I have no board state. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Thin the deck out. It's weird. Sometimes I mind flooding a bit more than other times. Like right now, I'm not having a great time. Flooding out is kind of frustrating. Other times, I'm just like, it's the way she goes. It's kind of the game. It's why we love it. It's why we hate it. Right now, I'm like, nope. This is BS. Wizards just really trying to give Strawberry Smiggles a win here. Trench Stalker's good. Do I want to attack for 2? Kind of think I have to. With 3 in the air, I've got to get a clock going or I just lose. expected him to double block there, and then I'd kill the Thraxodemon. Well, let's use a more aggressive line. Does he sack the Razor to the Thraxodemon? I would leave him dead to a removal spell if he did that. Assuming he attacks with the Anointer. Gurgling Anointer. What a card name. Ouch. Opponent did it. He played really well. Or did I just draw 4 more lands than him in as many cards? Ah, he played well. Let's give it to him. Alright, well I think that'll conclude part 1. I'll play a couple more games tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace. It's time for another game of Jund Draft. You guys know how I feel about mulliganing in Limited. It's very bad. So if you don't have to, you shouldn't. Plus we got the Dream here. We got 2 different basic lands and the Evolving Wilds. Go search for our 3rd color. I wonder if I wait to Evolving Wilds and actually just Scrapwork Mutt. I'll throw away this Razor Maw. Damn, I was really hoping to find a second green source, because there's definitely an argument to be made that a second green source might be better than getting my red here. Like, if I could turn 4, play the Baloth, that's super strong. He doesn't have a quick answer for it. 4/4s can be really hard for a little soldier deck to deal with. That's a good draw. Ensures that even if I miss my land drop, I could play Scrapwork Rager next turn. Oh, what a shame. I'll attack for 1, hopefully entice the opponent to attack next turn, and I could get in with Mutt. That thing's way too good of a blocker for Mutt. Nice. Ah, there's my red. We should be okay with this game going a little bit longer. No, he's a soldier's deck. If he doesn't beat me up quickly, I think I'll slowly get card advantage on him, unless he's playing like blue draw cards. We'll just sack this now. We'll get our second green. And we may as well draw. It's not exactly where I want to be. I know that the Scrapwork Rager is one of my only triggers for drawing 2 cards in a turn, which I have a few cards that care about that. but I'm not gonna just take a turn off and not spend 4 mana when I have it. Opponent seems to have confused the archetypes here. Like, typically, blue-white has been an Azorius control type of thing. Sometimes it's low CMC curve flyers and aggro, which is what it wants to be in this draft, or in this format. But he's playing the low to the ground soldier cards with the control cards, and that doesn't synergize really well. It's not jiving super well, opponent. That's a card that cares about drawing too. Okay, just play the Baloth here. It's a good 4/4 body. I'll see if he wants to block anything. He decides he doesn't. I want to get in for some extra damage. Might be a good time to do it. As good a time as any. Like, the scrapwork mode is essentially useless on the battlefield. He has 2 creatures with first strike, and he's got 1 toughness. So for 1 mana, I get in for an extra 2 damage. And then I could do it again, but he's got enough board state that I'd rather keep my blockers. Union of the Third Path in a soldier's deck. You've made some interesting life choices, opponent, but I'm not judging you. We're all free to be who we want to be. Plays a retrieval agent. Could turn that into a 4/5 for 2 mana. That's a good blocker for the Baloth there. So here's what I do. I unearth the scrapwork mutt for 2 mana. I'm going to pillage my land. So discard this land to draw a card. And then because he's unearthed, he's going to get exiled at the end step anyways. So I'll use that as my sack outlet to the Skyfisher Spider to kill his lord, which is buffing everyone else, all the soldiers +1. Sack the mutt, kill the tactician. Now this thing's a lot weaker. It's a 2/5. Oh, shoot. Well, he saved his tactician, which is really good for him. But at least he didn't do it like mid-combat and blow me out. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. That's great for me. That's like the only thing really keeping me from attacking now, so... Oh man, I've got 2 cards that care a lot about drawing cards. We like drawing our rares, boys. We like drawing our rares. Does Baloth get in for 4? Does he do a bad block? No, opponent's too wise to do any bad blocks. Okay, well I will Wellspring. Opponent loses 2, and I gain 2. Do I want to play this land? I don't have another mutt, so I don't think it really matters. More land is good. But if I draw another land next turn, because I played that one, I could play the Trench Stalker and activate the Clay Revenant, bring it back to my hand. I always want to be mana efficient, especially in these kinds of decks that have lots to do. Like, I could always sack things to this. So we'll just slow play here. We don't want to sack the Ichor Wellspring now to draw a card, even though it's going to give me a trigger on the Puppeteer, because I want the Trench Stalker to get lifelink too. So it's fine. We just pass and we have our mana up. We're doing a lot more stuff per turn. And, you know, as far as spending mana goes, we're spending way more mana than opponent every turn. But we're out of cards in hand. Our board state is ahead of theirs. Hmm. So I'm gonna redraw your second card each turn, so I can't get that trigger now. He could activate this 3 times, so he can make it a 7/4. So I think I'll do this. I'll block with 8 power, 9 toughness, so no matter what, he could only trade for one of them. And then I'll just block with the Sky Spider here. So if he has a combat trick, he has to choose between one of the 2 things to save. Maybe he gives it lifelink and indestructible. That's why he's buffing it up to just maximize the life gain. Hexproof and indestructible. That's fine. So his thing dies, I lose the Baloth. But then his other little dude dies. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, so you play the Genius. This card is the best. Like, it just breaks the board stall entirely, okay? Oh, I don't have a second red mana to activate his ability right now. That's horribly sad. We'll sack the Wellspring to get our second draw trigger on the Trench Stalker and the Puppeteer. So this guy's got Death Touch and Lifelink now, and he can't be first striked. So we'll just get in for this guy. Opponent takes 4. And then he's just 100% dead next turn if it doesn't kill the genius. And even then, probably still is just dead next turn. Well of Lost Dreams. Opponent just tried to do too many different things. He tried to play control, and I mean, he didn't try to play control, but he tried to play aggro deck with control cards, and they just didn't jive together at all. Okay, plant the 3/3 there. We'll chump there. Put that guy right there. Throw a chump there. There's no way I could lose like that. And I'll just eat the Scrapwork Rager for an extra damage. It's a good game. Rager from the graveyard. I'll sack the second Clay Revenant I drew. So just to maximize the damage. This was a really good game. So then all my other creatures get +1 and Menace. Just for fun, just exactly how much maximum damage we could do. Opponent to -24 in a game of limited. Feels pretty good. Deck really rolled. This hand becomes extremely keepable thanks to Mish's research deck. You know, 2 lands on the play, when you go first, 2 lands is pretty bad. But this really helps you fix your stuff, so I'll keep this. I'll actually start with the Revenant. Cool. This would go good at the black-red sack deck for triggers. I realize, oh, what is this? Okay, there's a card I've never seen. 3/2 Mythic. It's a defender. For 1 mana, it loses defender and gains can't be blocked. That's pretty good. Oh, it just like it becomes that forever. It's not like till end of turn. So then for another 3 mana, well, I can't stop it, so I guess we'll just have to deal with it. Holy smokes. Okay. Win condition is draw a bomb. That could remove that. I'll do that next turn, just in case I hit like 2-3 CMC things. I'm not stuck getting no value from it. Okay, opponent, let's race. Let's do this. I'll leave the Revenant back just so he doesn't get in for 1 extra point of damage. Let's get deeper. Greenland is good. Could hold the Baloth for a second here where he's not anticipating me to gain 4 life. He just spends 3 mana on this, becomes a 5/4 unblockable, gets in for 5. That's pretty good for him. Chooses not to. Decides getting in for 3 is good enough. He wants to go wider. Damn, this card's good. Okay. We've got like no choice but to get aggressive here. So, does he double block something? Chooses not to. Okay, so I'm gonna sack the Clay Revenant for 1 extra point of damage, since I really want to cast the Baloth here. And gaining 4 life is so good. Back up to 17, opponent's on 11, and we're looking like we're in this. Till the end of your next turn. Alright, let's see what's on top. Choose one of them. Okay. Power Stone Fracture. So we'll attack with both first. If opponent has a counter spell, we're just sad. So this way Scrapwork gets in for 2 damage. There, now he's got nothing. So I could bring back, unearth the research desk, and then sack it to the Power Stone. I don't think I lose this damage to, or this game to lack of card advantage. But it's not terrible to sack the Rager since he unearths anyways. So we'll play it like that. Ah, misplay. I didn't leave a black up for Clay Revenant. Darn you, Auto Tapper, and your lack of perfection. Why can't you play the game for me? Okay. Should have offered the trade before casting the Trench Stalker. But that's fine, opponent still takes trade. We'll play the Evolving Wild so we thin our deck out. That card's good. We'll keep a land in hand in case we hit Scrapwork Mutt. Okay, so here we make him sack his biggest thing, and then we return 2 creatures and just get so much value. We return 2 good creatures, he sacks his big thing, and now I don't mind. Just playing the land. I don't have anything to pillage to the mutt, but my board state is like a must answer now. Ooh, opponent with 2 mythics. 2 really good draft mythics too. Well, well, well. I'm gonna go rate it. The genius is awesome, right? He's gonna give both of these things. Man, this is tough. The genius gives them both menace, and then I have no extra mana to do anything. Whereas this way, it's a lot more mana efficient. I get my extra card draw to trigger the Trench Stalker. Trench Stalker gets lifelink and Death Touch, so he's a pain in the ass to block. I attack with all. That's fine, he loses 1 thing. A pretty good creature. And takes 4 damage, opponent down to 3. I gain 4 life from the lifelink. Play the Baloth. Does it resolve? It does. Gain another 4 life. Gained 8 life that turn. Gained 4 life before. So we've gained 12 so far. And the next turn, it doesn't really matter what he does, unless he gains 10 life. Pardon me? Good game. Opponent had a lot of stuff going on. He had some really good cards, some quite bomby stuff. But we still beat him, which is a testament to our deck. And we didn't even play the Junkyard Genius, which we drew, so went really well. Deck is currently 3 wins, 1 loss. It's pretty good turnout. I'd love to go 7-1, but now that I've vocalized that, I'm jinxed and it's over. That's good. I've got 2 essentially bombs. I consider these both bombs, even though this is uncommon. It's that good. I'd say this card's like an A-. That's in limited resources criteria. I think I will do the same play as last time. I'll go Clay Revenant first. It's not really about the 1 free point of damage I get in for there. It's more about just in case you hit 2 3-drops with the research desk, you don't want to be having wasted your whole, card, essentially. I haven't seen anyone play this card in draft yet. If it was Redland, I'd take that, but I guess I just Power Stone Fracture his 04 that eventually becomes something big. I mean, it's now or never, right? So playing the Puppeteer is tempting, but if he dies, I'm gonna get back a Clay Revenant. It's kind of really meh. So I'll play the Stalwart, leaving up the 3 mana to get the Revenant back. And then this is kind of gonna get my engine going. That's good. Opponent's not in a position to put enough pressure on my health total that I'm really worried about a 3 haster 3 powered haster. I mean, if he kills it and I get nothing back, I get nothing back, right? That would suck, but it wouldn't be the worst. Tempted to pay the red here to get Misha's research desk back so I could actually find red mana and then have a really explosive turn. I think I will tap the puppeteer since I don't want to block with him. We hit the Bailoff. Nice. Strong turn, still no red mana. I have 4 red lands. I've been through the top 17 cards, so we should have found one by now, but we gotta be getting really close. And we have at least we're not like hard stuck here. We do have red mana from the Stalwart. Stewart. Yeah, it sucks. Got no value from our rare. Ah, oh, and now we draw the thing that gives us value from him. Okay, so we go Scrapwork Rager. Tap him to make a red. Play our Junkyard Genius. And we'll get in for 4. Opponent's not going to do any bad blocks here. I really want to draw a red mana. Drawing 0 of 4 red lands in the top half of your deck is pretty unlucky. Okay, so we'll do that. So we want to attack as many things as possible here, right? Like, pressure is on. So we're going to tap the Power Stone to make a red mana, and then use the 2 extra from that. Tempted to sack the Clay Revenant, but it'll be the Power Stone, because even the Clay Revenant becomes a 2-power menace. That's fine. If I lose the Junkyard Genius, I lose the Genius. Yeah, see. Didn't even choose to block him. So I could give everything Menace again next turn. Opponent got land screwed. It's not really a good game. But our deck did do its thing really well. Opponent would have been hard pressed to beat us, even with a perfect draw. I think I'm going to break the video up there, post it in a couple parts just so that the drafts aren't too long. We're about halfway through. Maybe part 2 will just be 3 wins and a nice little short video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.